now we'll discuss the MRE QA PSK. MRE PSK, what is that? So there are MRE. Normally this value when we discuss about the BPSK, that means this is 2-ray BPSK, quadric 4. So now if we want to generalize the PSK in terms of the MRE, so what should be the possible value of the M? There will be the M number of possible value, and theta or phase I, this theta I, that's equal to 2 into I minus 1 into pi by M. So, and what is the value of I? I equal to 1 to M. So that means the general symbols we are representing by this. Okay. Okay. So this is the E is the symbol. Already we know that E is the symbols energy, and Nc is the Nc by T, and it is will be the integer number. Nc will be the integer number. Okay. So now this is the formula we use, or expression we use for the MRE QPI PSK. Okay. So now if we take examples of a M equal to 8 and the two-dimensional method, that we are considering N equal to 2 and M equal to 8. Okay. So in the two-dimensional, if we represent the value M equal to 8, so this example, so what the message point we will get a graph like this. Okay. So basically when discuss about the QPSK, we have seen only this point, this point, this point, and this point was there in the normal QPSK. When we discuss about the BPSK, only this point and this point was there. Now when we consider the M equal to 8, that means there should equally that 2 pi or 360 degree will be divided equally with the 8 M value, and this will be the position, different position for the message signal. And normally the message signal is put in the anti-clockwise over there. So this point is the message point 1, message point 2, message point 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now when we assign the value for this all the messages or all the symbols, since there is a 8 symbols is there, that means 3 binary bits is required to represent a single message. Okay. So, and we already know when we discuss about the QPSK, the consecutive to value, there will be a single bit of change. That means we should follow the gray coding. Okay. That means whatever the binary value will be assigned for the message 1 and message 2, if we compare the bits, so there should be a single bit of change. So this is the means criteria for selecting the symbols for the different message points. Okay. Okay. And what should be the distance from these 2 points? That means suppose we have that position. Okay. So now if you want to calculate the distance from this point to this point, that means this distance and this distance, what should be the value? This value be 1, 2, that's equal to B18, and that will be equal to your 2 square E sin pi by M. Okay, so this is the distance between the two consecutive points in this signal phase diagram. Okay, so now in the signal phase diagram, if we want to get the probability of error, that means PE, so we can get the P value by using the QPSK. Whatever the QPSK we use, same thing we generalizing that term, and that terms will be your 2q function of square root of 2e by n naught sine pi by m. Okay, so now if we look at the what is the PE or probability of error for the QPSK signal, so the beginning. Okay, you see there is a this term is that since the all the value is there is a, and also in this case also you can see the distance. This is the distance of the QPSK. Okay, so that value was square root of 2e. So in that case, when we are talking about the m equal 8 or octal phase shifting, so in this case there is a, or when we are generalizing the terms, if we don't know in the generative m ray, so what we are doing, we are multiplying the sine pi by m over there. So same thing we are doing over here also. So that's why we are getting the PE that's equal to 2 approximately. It is not the exact value. So this is the approximate value of this, the 2e by n naught sine pi by m. Okay. So now if we want to calculate what is the power spectrum for the M-ray PSK signal, so normally what should be the T equivalent to? So T will be equal to TB into log 2 base M. So that means total time duration T, that's equal to single bit duration into how many bits is there. So basically this will give us the how many bits is there. When we consider in the figure, when we consider the m equal to 8, so log 2 base 8, it gives us 3. That's why we have put the, or we are representing 3 bits for a single message. Okay, so the T is depending on the T equal to TB and log 2 base 8. Okay, so that is the total time duration for a symbol. Okay. So now similarly, how we will calculate the power spectrum density for this M-ray signal. So M-ray signal, the power spectrum will be this, and if we put the equivalent value, so EB equal to energy per symbol, and this is T is the time duration for the symbol. So we are correspondingly we are placing the value for the bit system TB and log 2 base m, that is the symbol duration, so we put over there, and energy, so energy equal to how many bits is there into energy per bit. That's why we multiply the EB with the log 2 base m. So that will give us the value of E. Okay, so that is the power spectrum density we are getting from there. So now if you want to calculate what should be the bandwidth for the system or BPSK system or M-ray QPSK system, so the bandwidth will be B equal to 2 by T. Okay, so and what is the RB or bit rate? Bit rate equal to 1 by TB. Yes or no? So if the bit duration equal to TB, so by using TB, that means from, if we know the what is the bit duration, so from that we can calculate what is the bit rate RB, and RB equal to 1 by TB. Okay, and now we know if we put the equivalent value of the T over there, so what we will get? We will get B equal to 2 RB log 2 base by log 2 base M. Is that clear? So we are getting the bandwidth in terms of bit rate and this type of phase shifting we are using. PSK we are using. MRE PSK, this will be M. So now if we see compare the all the values, say when we discuss about the MRE, binary BPSK. So in the binary BPSK, M equal to 2. If we put the 2 value over there for the binary BPSK, bit rate equal to, or bandwidth equal to 2 times of your bit rate, means how much bandwidth is required, and this is the 2 times of your bit rate. Okay. So for quadratic or QPSK, what should be that value? P equal to RB. So whatever the bit rate is there, same amount of bandwidth is required for the QPSK. Okay. So now if we want to calculate the bandwidth efficiency, how to calculate the bandwidth efficiency? So what is the definition of the bandwidth efficiency? So normally the bandwidth efficiency is calculated that bit, how many bits is transmitting per second per hertz bandwidth. So that means we can write that it rho equal to RB by B. So now from this equation, if we put what is the value of RB by B, that's equal to log 2 base M by 2. So we are getting the bandwidth efficiency that's equal to log 2 base M by 2. And the different value of the bandwidth efficiency is mentioned here depending on the M value. So different M value we consider, and normally when we consider the M ray, it should be power of 2, and means the it should be like this order. It should not be that any value of that. That means whatever the M value will choose, it should be the power of some integer. Okay. So now